neighbors got involved in what she was serving, when she was there, who was eating, what the kids were saying, and then of course when she gave us checks as a portion of her profits. So that was a real positive for the Eureka Public Library.
There were, of course, unexpected impacts of the recession in our area, and one of those was the loss of the building that housed the federally funded Workforce Network, and also the Office of the Department of Human Resources. Faced with the loss of a Woodford County presence, Workforce Network called and asked if they could become an in-house partner with our library. So negotiations began last fall, and that resulted in the addition of 4 public access stations and 8 hours of supplementary staff time, all paid for by their library, or excuse me, by Workforce Network in our library. That staff time was dedicated to refining employment skills and searches, as well as teaching computer skill classes for anyone in our community, not just their clients. Now Katie, Chef Katie, and Workforce Network weren't our only partners in this initiative. Amber Harmon and Joan Heron, a retired school librarian, served as community representatives and proved invaluable in linking the youth and the senior viewpoints for us. The Eureka Business Association provided an open forum for our library to share the message of collaboration, cooperation, and connections. And now we are very happy to share with you the result of the team partnership messages that were provided by our favorite bank. And you will see those messages coming to you now. I will tell you that not only did the bank serve as a partnership, but with this, we want to tell you that all of the lessons and the experiences that we've had through ILeadU have been worth $100 grand to us. They not only provided the candy bars, they provided the stickers for us as well. And this is something that they have done for our library. This is the 3rd time now, and it is an invaluable way to get the message out about team partnership. Think about it for your community as well. Tell your bank, Deb. Now we would be glad to entertain questions. We'll probably, I don't know if we're going to leave Ruth on the floor or have her come back up. Yes, Tom. I think that's what's unique about our team. And when we said IAdapt, that's how we thought we came into it. Well, I'll adapt if I have to, and each person said the same thing, but by the time we were done, we found that we had adapted. But we are strong women, and we weren't sure how Shane was going to be able to handle it. Shane, you want to address that? Good answer.
It's a process, as we've all experienced. Trial and error, hurdles. We weren't sure. So we're constantly trying to define what we're doing, how we're going to do it, and it was just the process of doing that. But as I got to know my community rep and Chamber of Commerce, our city manager, these are great opportunities to connect with these people and grow these relationships. And
And Ruth, I will ask you, as the only school librarian on our team, was that difficult for you? Because I know that you kept saying, now wait, you know, I'm losing my audience 3 months out of this. What am I going to do? And you had other difficulties that were different than what we had.
It really,
I don't know.
nope, okay. I'm a teacher, I can do this. What she said about losing the audience is correct. From May until September, I didn't have my students. So that was a problem. You know, I crunched a lot into the spring and a lot into the fall. And I had to come to grips with the fact that I wasn't going to get it all done, you know, what I want to do in this time frame. I think what she said about struggling in the beginning, and our little piece at the beginning of the video was really true. You know, you come together, you've all experienced the same thing, and you aren't sure what it's all about. And you're trying to find what that piece was that was going to be the ending of it. And as a school library, how am I going to contribute to this piece? There are 3 public libraries, and you saw how far that jump was to get down to no week one. But then I thought of the input from the kids. You know, it's economic security, or it's all about jobs for the adults, but what do the kids have to say? So that's why I told the kids, and that those 80 students, that was 100% of that graduating class. So that was pretty good feedback from that class. So what they said was, they're scared. It's all about jobs. Comparing our statistics to a year ago graduating, now we don't have kids going in the workforce. You know, they tell you what they're going to be doing. They're going to college, or they're staying at home because they don't have a car to go get a job. It reinforced what these groups are doing in their communities about promoting entrepreneurship and working towards healthy business communities. That's what it's going to be for all of us.
I love the question. I don't know any question about the fact that you have those that are lead jobs, digital, in-school things that you get them around. I can see throwing another question about other issues as well, population, urbanization, equally that do population. And I can see expanding it to topic. Well, within the, when I look at the IAdapt hub, not individual, but I can see that expanding at Illinois. You know, that could be, you know, this is a really interesting model for rural libraries, rural school districts, interacting with population. I'm wondering, given some thought to that.
Might I just say we gave no thought past our presentation time today? That isn't really true. You heard Karen talking about that we already know that we have a gig for next year. We already know that we've been asked what we could do with seed money for each of our libraries. So this may indeed take on a life of its own. I don't know that we have talked seriously about, do we have the resources? Do we have the energy to continue as a team, or will we take what we have learned and these partnerships and networks and then begin to go out and to radiate from this one nucleus, this seed that was not only planted but germinated during this year, 2010. And then I think possibly we will go. We'll always come back because we have this strong network now that we didn't have when we started. So, okay, Pamela.
Well, Nancy and I go way back from birth because we're sisters.
This is my baby sister, one of my 2 baby sisters, both librarians. Karen and I attended the ILead session that Linda and Gwen did at ILA last year in 2009. Listen to that. We were across the room. I saw Karen and could not get almost leaping over the chairs to get to her to say, I think we should do this. And so, yeah, okay, maybe. I went back to Anne, who works with me, and said, Anne, I have this idea. Well, I'm the director, and she's the associate director, and she said, okay. Shane had wanted to be part of a group. That group did not, also within our library system, that group did not materialize. And then, as so often happens with the network that is built within the system, the word goes out, excuse me, and so it was, well, you have a team apparently that's going to be pretty strong. We have Shane who would like to be on a team, so it's like, yeah, we'll take a chance.
And it was a good chance.
It was the best buddy we could have had. And looking at the requirements and those parameters, it's like, okay, we need some diversity. Well, a school librarian and someone not in our community and someone who has a strong network and works with technology all the time. Who might that be? So, in our other sister's kitchen one evening, I said, Ruth, the application is due Monday. This was Saturday night, and she, may I tell this? She wasn't as excited about it as I was. And she couldn't imagine her place in it. Yes, that's a nice way to say it. But she did put her name on the dotted line, and as they say, the rest is history. Or the rest for us now is the future. Okay. Any other questions? She's my community rep.
That was not a plan.
You have all you're going to need, do you?
Patient is a little bit different than what everyone else did. We would like you to sit back and relax and pretend you are visiting us, and we are showing you as our friends, because all of you are now our friends, a scrapbook about an incredible journey that we took. So, we'll start in just a second, okay? Okay, we're ready. This online book will look back at the ILeadU journey the ESL DuPage team traveled, the roadblocks, the detours, and the potholes, as well as the stretches of smooth highway on our team experience. And just a little note, one of my favorite books is Richard Scarry's Cars and Trucks and Things That Go. So just look for a little bit of it. So, anyway, okay. Our objective was to explore new technologies and resources for reaching ELL, ESL patrons in our communities, to create and interact ELL, ESL resources relevant to patrons and libraries that reside in the area of the DuPage library system.